Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energy for July 2022 for the collective as well as each individual life path number. So before we get into the reading, I wanted to let you know that I am now offering the Coaching with Numerology as a 60-minute phone session for U.S. customers only at this time. MP3 recorded sessions are still an option and still available for those outside of the U.S. or for anyone who prefers that option. Also, I am now offering personal month ahead numerology forecasts that include the PDF copy of the month in question, including each day of that month, and my recorded guidance for the month per the numerology. So if that is of interest to you, head on over to my website to book some time with me. The link is in the description box below. Okay, and as always, this forecast for July is a general reading. So again, please book some time with me for a personal in-depth look at your own numerology. Okay, so July is a 13-4 energy. This for me is really similar to sort of like Plutonian energy in a lot of ways. Death, metaphorical, of course. Transformation, rebirth energy. This is an energy that creates the compelling feeling for change, and not only change, but creation. Creating something beautiful from something desolate or difficult. This is an energy of, say, the lotus flower, something that takes time, perseverance, and desire to thrive, and finally blooming from the murky, muddy depths. This is using ingenuity and life force creatively to build a solid foundation of truth, honesty, and integrity from a space of passion and desire. So this isn't the easiest of energies to work with, only because it will require time, patience, and potential setbacks. However, the end result is the potential of some of the most beautiful, flourishing, lovely lotus flowers you've ever seen. So you could also think of the metaphor of the pearl. So the pearl is created inside of the mollusk or the shell, right? Is it the crab that does that? Anyway, I should know this, right? But it turns the sediment and the sand into something solid and unique and beautiful that brings joy and beauty to the lives of others. That is 13-4 energy. That is the potentiality of 13-4 energy. So as a cycle, we have this energy for July taking place within a 6 universal year. So areas of emphasis now for where this could show up could be around home and family life, love, such as how we love, how we show up to love, how we love ourselves, and or how open we are to receiving love, right? So a lot could be come in around love at this time. So this could bring change and transformation and rebirth to relationships, and also through our individual contributions to our greater community now. 13-4 is also very Venusian and divine feminine energy. So we may see things surface in a very transformative way around the actual earth, around nature, receptivity and stillness, more nurturing energy surfacing, or emphasis on global relationships in general. That could all come into focus now. So this is an invitation to sink into the softer side of life while also standing within your own truth and feminine strength, regardless of gender. This is a strong energy of creation stemming from the space of love, equality, and equity for all. If there is something you have wanted to create that could become a legacy for you or others, this is a very supportive energy for this. So follow your heart and your intuition. That's very 13-4 energy, even when it becomes challenging. And this energy will eventually reward you for your perseverance and your efforts. If you need a reminder of the possibilities, read more about the lotus flower And let that be your mantra this month. It is very rare that anything happens quickly under 4 energy, but typically things created or initiated under this energy have the very strong possibility of not only standing the test of time, but also bringing much success. So what that success looks like will be different for each person because each person's idea of success varies. So this month ushers in the supportive energy for building and creating something incredibly beautiful from something seemingly ugly or from nothing. So as always, it's what we do with the energy that makes all of the difference. So you are the magician of your own life. What will you do with your magic? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at each individual life path number now. Life path number 8, I picked an animal spirit message for you all, and you got Sugar Glider. And what's interesting is there is definitely, so you will definitely be feeling, or many of you will be feeling the energies of the collective, which is the 13-4 energy, but you also have an undercurrent sort of energy of the 6. So I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But what I want to talk about with the Sugar Glider is I really think that this is aligned with that 13-4 energy and really works so beautifully with your 8 energy. So with Sugar Glider, what's coming through is this energy around adventure and taking a leap of faith. And so if you've ever seen like videos of the Sugar Glider leaping from tree to tree, it's amazing. It's just absolutely fascinating. You wouldn't think that they would be able to make it to the other tree type thing, given the distance that they typically have to overcome, right? And so I just thought that was really sort of poetic for the journey of the 8, right? And so, and I think that if you can couple sort of the energy of the Sugar Glider with the collective energy of the 13-4, you can really find some hidden gems within some experiences. And create something really, truly wonderful and magical from that experience. So there may be a creative project that comes up for you this month that on the surface doesn't look very appealing, doesn't look like it would sort of amount to much. But with this 13-4 energy, there's a very strong possibility that you're not seeing everything you need to see about this circumstance. And it could be about relationships as well, right? You might meet somebody who on the surface is not what you would typically, not someone you would typically be drawn towards or sort of entertain. But there's definitely something here with this 13-4 energy and the Sugar Glider that is asking you to sort of take a leap of faith on whatever this is and to go on this adventure and take on whatever this is to see what you can create from it, see what comes of it, see where it leads you. Definitely going to be potentially a month where you have to take a risk, right? In order to, again, have some success in that area, whatever that is. And again, that can be around relationships. It doesn't have to be about, building something that's going to produce something and, have tangible results and success and all of that sort of thing. There's also the more sort of emotional side of things and the experience of things, right? And so again, I would say this is going to be a month for you all to continue to take a risk, take a leap of faith, go on a new adventure, do something that you wouldn't typically do, because I think that's where you're going to find your hidden gems. So now I will say that for 8s, you also have this, like I said, this sort of this undercurrent of 6 energy that you're working with this month. So you may notice a lot of changes, like, death, transformation, rebirth, change around self and how you show up with family. Because again, 6 energy usually brings us back to the home environment, family, close friends who feel like family, just the home environment or the community. Because, if you don't have like a family or a close-knit group that you hang out with, or that sort of you feel that camaraderie with or whatever, or like that you have the opportunity to nurture or whatever the case may be, community can also come into play really, really heavily now. So you may notice some kind of, again, death, transformation, rebirth, and again, metaphorically speaking, around family, friends, the community, and your involvement with that. So it's really about, or there is a component of finding your place and your voice when it comes to home life and or family and relationships. So this includes any kind of romantic relationship, any friendships, colleagues, anything like that. Now, like I said, more sort of focused towards the home, but our relationships are some of our greatest teachers. And so we may go to the work environment, have a relationship with someone as far as an interaction, and we take that sort of emotional experience home with us, and we either let it percolate or we move through it, or, it helps us to become a better person in some way, whatever the case may be. But you may notice some kind of transformation in those areas, and it comes down to you finding your place and your voice and using it, right? And that comes back to the power of the 8, which is your life path number. So a lot of sort of interplay here. Balancing independence is going to be really key for you this month, I believe. Balancing it with the I, with interdependence. So finding a healthy balance between independence and interdependence. The I and the we. So perhaps there may be some kind of, again, metaphorical death, transformation, rebirth in these areas of your life, including how you show up to these areas of your life, right? You might be accustomed to, or sort of in the zone of doing things one way. And I think that this energy is going to ask you to open up a little bit more, be open to seeing things a little bit differently and approaching things maybe a little bit differently, that not only take into consideration the I, but also the we, and finding the balance between those two, right? That works for you and that works for others as well. So it's not necessarily just about taking control of the situation. A lot of times, that can happen. You get set on a goal or a vision, and you're trying to find the best way to get there, and you can get tunnel vision a little bit. So this is definitely something where you need to just kind of take the blinders off a little bit, see things from a greater perspective, and then figure out how you want to sort of incorporate any changes in this new adventure. So this is going to be, I think, a month for you all to really take a deeper look at what is working when it comes to your home life, to your relationships, to your work life, to that balance between the I and the we. What's working and what isn't? Whatever is working, continue down that path, continue to explore that, continue to build upon that. If it's not working, then that's a different conversation, right? You need to find ways to potentially release that or mitigate that in some way. It needs to be addressed, basically, right? If it's not working, because why continue to move towards something or build on something that isn't working? So I do think that this will be, like I said, I think this energy of the 6 for you all is just going to bring the focus back into your more immediate relationships, your home life. It could very well be about your actual home. So maybe you're going to do some remodeling, change things up a little bit in your home environment to make the space feel more inviting, to make the space feel more like your castle. There could definitely be that kind of energy as well. So it could very simply be just about like making a change to your home environment. And when we speak about home environment, it doesn't necessarily just have to be like the physical man-made structure, like the house. It can also be your physical body. So body, mind, spirit, right? More holistically looking at your body and your connection and that sort of thing to your higher consciousness or whatever the case may be, and making some adjustments with that as well. So that's very possible also. But ultimately, like I said, this is going to be a month for taking a leap of faith, moving outside your comfort zone, especially when it comes to things around the home and your immediate relationships with family, friends, and the community. So I hope this was helpful, 8s. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.